Misty Allure here. I'm going to share today what I know and my understanding of the twin flame journey. I am a part of the twin flame journey. Um, it's a tough one. It is your journey back to the divine, back to who you really are. Your union is not actually with a physical person, though it will come to fruition. Your journey is it's union back to the divine. You're going home. It's a journey of going home, and you got to go through hell before you can reach heaven. Even biblically speaking, Jesus ascended to hell before he ascended to heaven. These are things that have to be done. This is your mission, whatever your soul purpose is and all that other stuff. As you relax, it comes to you. I didn't learn all this information to keep inside. I learned it all to share. Um, I don't know what I'm doing no more than any of the rest of you. I didn't get a manual. I'm just going with the flow. If you knew half this stuff ahead of time, you wouldn't do it. That's why you got to go with the flow. So all the information you need comes from your spirit, comes from the divine, your guides, all of that. We are all one. The mirror exercise is one of the most important steps in this twin flame union. Uh, Explanation of the twin flames. Your twin flame, it is one soul split into two bodies. However, you are whole and complete on your own, and it's learning that you're whole and complete on your own. It's the same flame from the divine in two bodies. It is the divine loving you in physical form, but until you can journey inwards to the divine and reach the divine in your inner world, you can't have that in your outer world. And obsessing about it is not going to help you. The sooner you let it go, the sooner you surrender your twin flame union to the universe, to the divine, to God. Soon as you surrender, things will start coming in. This is not a logical experience. You cannot use logic to understand this. This is the most illogical experience of my entire life. I was a very logical person. I no longer am using logic. I'm allowing my spirit to tell me the things that I need to know. My spirit knows everything. I am an infinite spiritual being living a temporary human experience. It's, um, it can be fun. It's not fun while you're going through and getting rid of stuff that you don't think is wrong with you, but obviously it is because you're not living your divinity. You got years of programming from other people, living outside of yourself. That's the old paradigm, the masculine paradigm. We're going into the feminine paradigm, which is more loving and caring and charismatic or whatever. Masculine is more, or the old paradigm, better said, is more of the control, whereas this is more of allowing love. So it's more about allowing, which is very hard. It's hard to go from one way of doing things, which is I want that, I'm going to get it, to I want that, I'm going to wait until you give it to me. It's all about trust. Before you can build a relationship with the divine, you have to trust. Any and all relationships are built on trust. You have to trust. The divine is you, man. It's you. It's you that you're arguing with. It's you that you're not trusting. Everyone is your mirror. Everything outside of you mirrors something back to you that is either out of alignment or in alignment. If it irks you, if it chaps your ass, it's out of alignment. If it pleases you and brings you pleasure, it's obviously something in alignment. Um, your twin flame is your ultimate mirror. Anything that your twin, or anybody else for that matter, is doing to you, you're doing it to yourself. Example, my twin isn't choosing me. You're not choosing yourself. Choose yourself. Nobody can choose you until you choose yourself. How can you have a heavenly relationship without you being heavenly, divine, whatever, however you want to say it. It's all about opening your chakras. There's nothing that you are doing. You have to surrender and allow things to be done through you. You have to. It's part of it. It's part of it. It's just your higher self has such a higher perspective on things, and what you want isn't always what you need at this moment, and your needs are provided. Everyone's needs are provided, but it's about making you first. And as soon as you start coming first, then you start realizing you don't need things outside of you. You are whole and complete. I intend on tying biblical into it because there's truth in everything. There's truth in every single religion that has ever or will ever exist, but the key is spirituality. You know. Nobody else knows. You don't need anybody to validate you. You don't need anybody to love you. You don't need anything outside of yourself. I firmly believe we don't need food. I believe food is a luxury. I believe that's something we are to the point where, yeah. No, I'm not saying I don't eat, but I don't eat out of necessity anymore. I eat because I want to eat when I want to eat. Um, your beliefs, oh goodness, your beliefs do create your reality. Let's go to law of attraction. Yes, your beliefs do create your reality. Again, this process, you don't need somebody else to tell you the steps that they took. The number one step to take is surrender. And once you comprehend the mirror exercise and that nothing exists outside of you, everything you have is inside of you. It's in your mind. The mind doesn't know the difference between reality, between what you're thinking and what you're experiencing. You got to tie your feelings, not emotions, your feelings. Emotions is energy in motion. That's the definition of emotions. You got to tie your feelings to your thoughts so that you can stop your thoughts. It's about not letting your ego or the shadow side of you dictate anymore, and listen to that small whisper, as you've heard it said, because love doesn't yell, love doesn't condemn, love doesn't control, love doesn't do those things. So yes, the shadow, the ego side of you is stronger. You still need your ego. Your ego is not a bad thing. The shadow is not a bad thing. It is so necessary. In the third dimension, you have duality. Black, white, up, down, in, out. Duality, yin, yang. The shadow is not bad. There is no right or wrong. The only one truth that exists is love. And each and every one of us has our own inner truth that is being spoken to us. It's like the song that is sung between you and the divine. And your story, it's like a song. I have the luxury of memories. I have experienced every bit of this lifetime from the moment I was in my mother's womb. I have memories of that. And it doesn't matter if anybody believes me because I know this is true, but it's a song, and the image that I get from that, and it's this flow, and the flow, love is what keeps everything together. Love is what makes all of us one. Biblically, you can only love because he first loved you, God, which I choose not to use. And the title God actually means creator, but I choose to use divine just because God is so convoluted, and it'll cause your brain to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Come up with a different name for, in quotation, God for you. I chose divine, or whomever I want to call at that time. I've got self also. The divine creator himself is the main one who created all of this, and we are all the divine creator experiencing itself. It's a trip, and it's all an oxymoron. And whatever you're doing, do the opposite, and I promise it'll work. I mean, that doesn't make sense, but that's how things are working for me. We're all doing things backwards. Do it this way, not this way. The more I surrender to this journey, the more I surrender to the divine, the more I allow myself to be spirit-led, the better things get. Today's not particularly a good day, but I do feel the desire to share information, because the answers y'all are seeking from me, I'm seeking from myself, and as I say them out loud, I understand them more, as well as I shed light on them. So therefore the enemy, the ego, the shadow side, can't keep it in the dark from me. Just share your gift, my goodness. And what's freely given to me is freely given to others. I trust that I will be supported. I trust that I am important. I trust that I am loved by the universe. Trust, you are special. However you're feeling about yourself, whatever your twin is doing to you, you're doing it to yourself. And the ego's going, well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that's because the ego is logical. It's, it can't understand. You can't fathom all of this information. The things that I know, I just have to go with the knowing. This is all about stepping into your knowing. And all of us, every one of us, something told me. Guess what something is? Something is the divine. Something is your spirit. Something is a guide. Something is your knowing. Step into your knowing. And, I mean, I know I rambled. That's what I do. I'll get better. Hope this helps someone. Light and love, guys. It's all gonna be okay. We're the only ones on a time frame. The divine has nothing but time. Time doesn't exist except for here. Time isn't linear. Everything is now. The past is in your head. The future's in your head. The only thing that exists is this very moment right here, right now. And until you come into this very moment right here, right now, for however long it takes for your energy to clear up, and take a nap. Take a nap. Can't handle no more? Take a nap. That kind of resets your energy. Of course, whatever you think when you first wake up, that's what your day is going to be. That's you're picking those engines up. Good ones to listen to. Emmanuel Dager, his healing audios are great. Aaron Dowdy, he's got good insight. Abraham Hicks, I started with. She's got good insight that teaches you about the law of attraction to learn. Raising your vibration. You can't raise your vibration. The divine's doing everything for you. Just relax and let it happen. You're the only one on a schedule. The only one. You've got all the time in the world. You have existed and will exist through all of eternity. And the real you is the larger aspect of you, your higher self, the true you, resides in heaven. And you gotta get you gotta get there. It's all about you getting there. And I'll try to make the next video a little bit clearer. I'm working on it. Maybe that's just me being bad, hard on myself. Something I'm learning to not do. Alright, love you guys. Bye.